Well, you can get a well, you can get different standards, you know. The standard.
An awesome tour on one pub once.
Yeah.
Golf Alpha Alpha X-ray Foxtrot, named Helena. All of the HP42s have names beginning with H. This was the last. Once the vehicles have finished and the Dragon Repeat is returned, they'll be taking that out onto the airfield.
I didn't realise it folded in half.
Are you coming? It's probably best if everybody comes over this side so we don't have to keep turning round like a top. I won't have to worry of doing myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jeff Matthews and I'm chairman of the T-Register. The only reason being I didn't get out of the way quick enough when David Butler collared me a couple of years ago at one of our autumn tours. Can I introduce John Day, who's the car club president, who just would like to say a few words. John.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's lovely. I'd like to first of all start by thanking Jeff for inviting me here today with my car and my wife Janet. As you can see, it's not a T-Type, it's an 1880, a little bit bigger than your cars, and it's somewhat propitious really that this car is here because you're celebrating your 50th anniversary this year, and that is a fantastic achievement. But I'm sorry to tell you that this register, the vintage register, did it 3 years ago. The MG Car Club, thought that the idea of having registers was a good thing. The vintage register was the first ones to kick it off. It's really quite a differentiating thing in the club that we've got these registers. And if you think about what's happened today, it's typical of how the MG Car Club always saw the registers working. The car club has 11,000 members or so in the UK, and we have a 13 or 14 registers. So thank you for all for coming. I'm going to pass you over back to Jeff. I think that's it, Jeff.
Okay, John.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Thank you, John. I think we should also thank Graham Brown, who's done a tremendous amount. It also gives me an opportunity to say that Graham does keep on threatening to stop doing this organisation, and actually what that does is require us to find some replacements for people like him, and we are more than happy to hear from any of you who would like to come and join us on the committee and help the occasional organisation. So now we come to the major events that you have all come here for, which is to know who owns the most wonderful car selected by Michael Lugg, who has years and years of experience judging these things, ably assisted by me, who doesn't know anything about them at all. So the first thing is the car, the best presented car, and as I said to those people who were selected for the shortlist, this is a judge's decision if final. And no complaints. The third prize is CVE 700. CVE 700.
Who's that?
Is the owner of CVE 700? Would you like to come? Oh no, we don't get anything. Just applause. Sorry about that.
You'll be on it.
There's a tremendous amount of preparation goes into these discussions, as I'm sure you appreciate. In second place, and second place does win a bottle of wine, 376 UXY. 376 UXY.
The fact that you're going to use it to such a long journey very soon had nothing whatsoever to do with it.
Remember who's with you, Mel?
And the winner, after much deliberation, and in fact we did think we'd have a steward's inquiry, but no, the winner is 802 YUT, which I think is the Tickford over there. So that's the winner. There you go. This gentleman is, and that's
Congratulations. Beautiful car.
we understand it's done 240 miles since you've restored it. Plenty more to go. Right. So the next prize is for the oldest driver.
Well, no, I'd have to be honest, this is at the end because it's such an obvious thing to recognise.
Right.
We are blessed with having Jim Bradshaw with us. I didn't know that until about half an hour ago. Jim used to race with Paddy Wilmer back in the 60s, and he started his racing career in Formula Juniors, and still drives a TD at 93. Yeah, both. And I just felt that was worthy of an
Absolutely.
I'm very interested in fights.
Please, don't drink it before you go home. Excellent. Now the next prize is for
Oldest or furthest?
furthest.
Well,
No,
the furthest
we did that
chairman,
last.
the furthest chairman is yourself. Unless anybody's come further than the west part of Cornwall, which I believe is nearly 300 miles.
282.9.
Can anybody beat that? 0.9, and we've had it verified.
My speedo only said 270, but that's because I was doing 75 all the way. No, I wasn't doing 75.
Right, so that was one for you, and then...
Right, well hang on. So I present that to myself. Thank you very much. Don't get the impression I'm doing that with the car all the time. It's the first time I've used it this year, but it was good fun.
And there's the second one for that.
The second one,
Because it was for tremendous effort. Anybody who's come from Tregaron in Ceredigion in West Wales over the Abergweswyn Pass just to come here, 173 miles of it, Mike. Mike, you should be entitled to a bottle as well. Very For those of you who came on the autumn tour, that's the pass we came over on the Saturday afternoon. Do you remember it?
anything else?
Yeah, there's one more. The oldest car, to the best of my knowledge, from the records I've been given, purely T-types, is in fact Mike's TA, which is a 1936.
1936.
Can anybody beat that? I know there are one or two older cars, but not true T-types. Thank you, Mike.
Excellent. Right, well we're going to have some competition from noise in a minute, so
Okay.
oh, the cake! I see, I knew I'd forget something. Where is it? We're now going to cut the second 50th anniversary cake. We've got Sally Silcott, wife of the chairman of the car club, to do that, and then you'll all get a bit, I think.
Take it out. Take it out of the box. We have to thank John Ward's daughter for this. She made two. One for the MG Live and another one for today or whatever.
Yeah.
Smile for the photograph.
He says it the right way around. Does anybody want to come a bit closer to get pictures of what it says?
What we should do is take the pictures from there, looking back with all the crowd.
We were going to have an aerial photograph, but it was going to cost a bit more.
Look up.
Oh, yeah.
Sally.
Well, they'll all be,
Not very well, you need to concentrate on it.
Have we cut the cake? Excellent. And finally, you'll all get a little plaque, 50th plaque, for attending today.
I'll bring those round and put them in your
Graham will
cars.
be distributing. And finally, please do consider whether you would like to join our committee, because we do seriously need some help. So I'm looking forward to a phone call from somebody to say, yeah, I'd love to come and organise something with the Tea Register. Thanks very much for coming. Some of you I'd like to think I'll see in Devon on the autumn tour, and the rest of you hopefully next year at our AGM, where I shall definitely resign and we need a new chairman. All right?
Jeff, one very final point. For those who don't know it, Richard Shuttleworth set this museum up in the 1930s. He was killed tragically in an air accident when he was quite young. This is his TA, which he owned at the time. I'm not sure whether but it's certainly bequeathed to or is looked after by the museum. So when we used to come here before, and like today, we've got his TA out as part of our centrepiece.
Excellent. Have a super afternoon and enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you at the next Tea Register event.
I feel for you. Still, it could be worse. Could be another tractor in there as well. However, it has very heavy steering, very hard to control, not wishing to worry the modelers with their very large HP 42 at all, but it's very bad to steer. And also have a look at the vehicles that haven't made it out of the collection today.
I didn't do that.
They're built in two flavours, if you like, Eastern and Western, HP42Es and HP42Ws. And that very powerful Lycoming engine means that it's actually effective down to...
Yeah, it's going backwards. Goodness me. Mr. Nobody, we hear a lot about Mr. Nobody. Shenanigans. When I get older, Mr. Nobody.
Now, one of the things you can lose points for, and a lot of points for, in the aerobatic competition, is not establishing your line accurately. Now, by your line, I mean whether or not you're flying exactly at 40 past during the Second World War. Because for my money, this is one of the aeroplanes. If we hadn't had it, we wouldn't have won. As all the rest of the defence is put together. And it is just a remarkable piece of design, one of the toughest aeroplanes in the world. The best testament I heard to this aeroplane ever was from Adolf Garland, who was the general of fighters for the Luftwaffe at the end of the Second World War. And he said, the one Allied aeroplane I could never understand was the Hurricane.